Welcome back. Another episode, Podus Operandi. This is going to be a year in review themed episode. Welcome to December. How you guys doing out there on the East Coast?
It's cold as shit.
It definitely feels like winter now.
Mitch is in Pennsylvania and Fletch is out on Long Island, and I'm in San Diego at Sixes and Sevens skate shop here in Rancho Penasquitos. Here, our board wall and our rock. Oh, people are coming in for the old Powerpuff Dunks. 'Tis the season. December, end of year in review, and we've got some categories. A few of them used to be TransWorld Award categories, so we'll go through them. Got rookie, best rookie, so that's who turned pro. We've got indie video, best video, and we could probably discuss the difference between in those two categories. Best video part, which is kind of the big award, I would say, and then we've got some other categories after that, and So this list I've kind of been cobbling together throughout the year, so I'm sure it's not complete. There's just too much to keep up on. I guess we'll start with best rookie, the guys that turned pro. I'll start reading, and I tried to put them in chronological order throughout the year as they turned pro, so I'll start reading through and stop me anytime you want, if any comments.
Well, mine's at the bottom of the list.
First one I have is Trey Williams in January. Then it went Frankie Decker, Troy Gibson, who I think is really sick. I saw him skate that Supreme Hardy's skate jam at 12th and A in the summer, and he rips in person. Poppy Star, Una Ferrar.
Ooh.
Which one? Poppy Star?
Poppy
or Una
Star.
Ferrar? Their names are kind of rhyme. Poppy Star and Una Ferrar. Una Ferrar's on Crooked, right?
Yeah, she's sick.
Okay.
What's a Poppy Star?
I don't know. You might have to... That was early in the year, and I can't remember who she went pro for.
Yeah, I've seen her name in like contest stuff, but
yeah, I think she might be a contest, like bull skater. Dude, I typed in Poppy Star, and it's like, does she have her own Lego character? And like a Victoria's Secret fragrance is all this. That's the first thing that came up with Poppy Star.
She's an Olympian.
Oh yeah, she got pro for Warble. Well, there's a photo of her on her Instagram, like a bloody face, like she ate shit. That's crazy. So hey, look at my list is more robust than I thought. It's funny going pro in this day and age because you could just go pro for like a homie company and it almost doesn't matter. It doesn't count.
Oh shit, she's an Olympian, so she's doing something.
Jake Hill and Brian Correa both went pro in that, what is it, Neil Blender's company? Why can't I think of it? Heated Wheel. So they went pro at the same time in that video, which is really good. Moving right along, Rowan Davis. Aaron Lorith went pro in June. Rob Pace in June. Patrick Praman for the reel. Philip Almquist and Sarah Muirley. I think they're both for weekend, right? John Rowe.
Yeah.
That epic quasi part. Aaron Lister, Sci-Fi. Sean Powers for Palace. I kind of thought he was already pro, but he wasn't.
I think he like did graphics back in the day.
Victor Duby's Antihero. Jake Yanko. Bear Miles and Alex Hatfield went pro for Yard Sale. Sean Paul just went pro for Hoddle. And then most recently, Brian Reed for DGK. So
Brian Reed.
On this crop, it's fun. It's not, I feel like in years past, how many pros is that? And I'm sure I missed a few, but they're probably ones that no one cares about or don't matter. Went pro for their homies video company. So it's 22 new pros.
23, you forgot one.
Who did I forget?
Zach May, Snack.
Okay, 23 then. It's funny because in years past, there's been like double that. In some years, there'd be like 40 new pros.
I'll bet there's more. There's just
Will Mazzari went pro for DGK too, right?
Did he? At this?
I think he did go pro this year.
Was it at the same time as Brian Reed, or was it?
Before.
No, Will was like over the summer because I was shocked that he went pro before Brian Reed, but I mean, they both deserve it. But maybe because I remember they gave him his board at Jaquan.
Oh, yeah, I kind of remember that. And I kind of remember a graphic too. All right, sorry, Will. Missed one. I'm sure I missed a lot more. Who are you guys' picks? Who are your favorite or maybe top
Brian
three?
Reed for sure. He's been killing it for years. Dude, that Grace part, that Tim Savage's video from a couple years ago is incredible. And then he did that part with, it was Brian, Westgate, and who's the third person? It was like a 3-person video they put out, like I think it was last year. But like all of Tim Savage's stuff is incredible.
Yeah. I think looking at this list, I really like Troy Gibson. I think all his footage is amazing, and seeing someone like rip in person will kind of like really sell you on him. And he was ripping at like, especially at a demo when he didn't even have to skate, you know. But he was ripping.
Yeah, for sure.
And then that John Rowe quasi part was just so out of left field with all the different shoes, like non-skate shoes and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's another one that's been good for so long.
Yeah, right. He's been kind of like an underground East Coast, Southeast legend, right?
My friend used to run a wheel company called Prize Fighter Cutlery, and John Rowe was on. And I remember John Rowe quit, and he was like, "Yeah, because I don't buy anything else from Venue, so I want to buy wheels from Venue," and he quit. So I don't know if that was being nice, but it was kind of like I got to support the local shop. And I think same thing. He was getting boards from Politic. He quit that to like buy boards. Like he just seemed like he was just down for whatever. So it's pretty cool. Eventually, I guess with Quasi they put him from basically flow to pro, right?
Yeah, was that the first quasi video he ever ripped?
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, seems like he buys his shoes too. He buys and skates what he wants. Reeboks and whatever he had in that video part is pretty classic.
That whole Virginia area, those guys are all so good.
Yeah, very unique scene down there. Who's your pick, Steve?
Zach May.
Okay, Zach May.
I've just always been a fan. I think his skating's sick. And I guess now that Kalis has that little warehouse, he's always skating there, which is cool. So there's always footage.
Alrighty, well then that'll be our nominees. I guess will be Troy Gibson, John Rowe, Brian Reed, and Zach May. I like that.
Yeah, it's a solid list.
That is nice. So that's that's a good mix of board brands there too. Thinking with my industry politics that have been ingrained in me.
I know. I keep thinking that like my list is going to be so East Coast skewed.
Yeah, it's funny how you'd have to think about. All right, gotta include this camp and that camp. Silly skate industry stuff. All right, next category is indie video, and again, just tons that I didn't write down. I kind of just wrote down the ones that I liked. I mean, there's so many. There's like weekly, right? There's like several indie videos every week. Back in January, Stone Hendricks put out a video called Sword. I don't know if you guys caught it, like an Orange County video. Super good. If you know Nima Jarabchi, who lives in New York, he put out one called Okay Then. Chase Walker from Austin, Texas, who lives in New York, put out Still. And he's got another one, I think, premiering this week in New York. Brandon Younger put out Q is for Cow that I liked because that guy Chandler had the last part skating to the Rocky Horror intro song, which I thought was genius. And then we put Static 6 on here, but it's funny because when Static 4.5 came out, that won the TransWorld Award for Best Video that year, like against like Cherry and whatever else. It wasn't in the indie category, which is funny to look back at because it's totally an independent video, I think Static belongs in the independent category. What do you guys think?
I think they would at least like it to belong there.
Yeah. All right, what indie videos are we missing on the list?
So I'm going with Veil.
Oh yeah,
Veil. It's a Philly video.
Yeah. Yep,
good one.
Amazing.
Yeah, Matt Militano. Sean Splessy. All those guys. There's a Neil Herrick footage.
Yep. Yeah, it is amazing.
Yeah, that was really good. I had This Is a Window.
Oh yeah,
that just came out
yesterday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so that, and then isn't Paul Young's video coming out too? I haven't seen it yet, but if that comes out too, that could be on here.
Yeah, and then Chase's video is literally premiering like on Thursday or something. Huh? Yeah, I mean, I would nominate Static 6. I don't know, just Josh Stewart deserves all the credit and all the awards for dedicating 25 years to cranking out indie videos the way he wants. Honorary mentions Chase Walker and Nima, Stone Hendricks, Brandon Younger. Oh yeah, I have this Australian one called Sorry I'm Bad, Brick and Mortar, which might be a skate shop. That might be a skate shop in Australia. But if you watch that video, Sorry I'm Bad.
Check it out.
Yeah. That was a fun, entertaining one. So I put that one on the list.
Mitch, who'd you go with? You went with,
I went with
Vale?
Yeah, for sure.
So Vale.
Definitely. Like, it's hard to get me to watch a full length multiple times.
Yeah.
There's so much content out all the time that it's like,
Yeah, and indie videos are probably the number one thing that drops, just because there's fucking so many filmers out there, and they have, everyone's got a YouTube account, so it's like almost daily there's like a new independent.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to buy a hard copy, and I bought Vale, so
yeah, exactly. All right, so Static 6, Vale, and This Is a Window, kind of top 3 nominees.
Yeah.
For indie videos. All right.
Yeah, This Is a Window is the one that just had the Dick Rizzo part, right?
Yeah. It had that, and then there was Humanic footage in there.
Yeah,
so I was sold on that one.
There's a couple of Cyrus Bennett tricks. Johnny Kumaglo, however you say his name, had the first part, and then I think I had the last part, Zach. That was great. All right, moving on along to major video release. Vans video by Fletch. Whippersnappers from Foundation. Cal's Pharmacy, Land. Although if that's a skate shop, I don't know, that's a confusing one because that was like a major. It seemed like a major. We'll leave it here. Natural Concept put out a full length, Shining in the Streets. Nike SB had 7 Ball. I have Isle Dreamers. It was a short video though. I think it was only 1 song, but it made it on this list. Quasi Simulation, Lakai Bubble, Huff Forever, Johnny's Vid, Palace Beta Blockers. Weekend put out 2 videos, Jit and Rumble Pack, and then I put Halloween Stickers Skateboards video 3 on here because I always like their stuff. All right, so what? Anything else I missed? And if not, what are your guys? Who are your nominees here? What were your favorite from the big companies? Can they still do it? Can they still make videos as good as the indie guys? I don't know.
I picked Huff Forever, but the premiere version, not the regular version.
Oh, what's the difference? I missed the premiere.
The music. I guess they couldn't get music rights, so like Dick Rizzo has a totally different song in the premiere version of it.
That's like the last.
Which I wish I ripped and saved. But I had a link. There was like a link going around.
That's right. There was like a link that leaked, right?
Yeah.
I should hit up Tyler Seachy, see if I can get that.
Yeah, it was super good. The music was way better.
That's like I've talked about it before.
Oh, was Magenta on there?
Well, they had a full length this year, right? Was it called?
Yeah.
Because they kind of been slowly dropping the parts over the last few months, and they're all really good.
Yeah, Soy had a really good part.
Love Soy. Soy's my OG homie since 2001, my first time to Europe. Met him and stayed at his place.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Ran in Grenoble.
You don't tell us the good stories.
Where Soy's from this like small town kind of in the Alps called Grenoble, or Grenoble as they pronounce it. And we went there because my buddy had like a college friend living there, and then we met him either at the skate park or she knew him. Here's the local skater guy, and it was Soy. And then we stayed in touch, and then he moved to Paris and he started a company called Minutia before Magenta, and I think he's riding for iPath. I saw him in the States one time. I was at like the audio warehouse, and I don't know if maybe he was getting flowed by audio or they're distributing, or I was Planet Earth. He's on Planet Earth too, and so Planet Earth was in the same building as audio. And I was skating their skate park, and I look up in like the office windows and I see Soy Panday. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah. And then we went back to Paris a couple years later, and he let like a bunch of us all crash with him. He's a legend. Little tangential story there. Huff Forever. Huff Forever was going to be also my pick, but also Nike 7 Ball. Kind of a toss-up between those two for me. But Johnny's vid was super sick too. This is one where we might have more than 3 nominees here.
I was going to say, I might have to go Beta Blockers.
Yeah, you know what? I always enjoy the Palace full lengths. So maybe we'll have 4 on this one. Maybe it'll be 7 Ball, Johnny's vid, Beta Blockers, and Huff Forever. It could be the 4 best of the year.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I mean, they're all solid.
Yeah. Everyone listening, put those 4 in a YouTube playlist and just sit back and see what skating in 2023 really looked like. All right, moving right along, video part. Basically, the defining a pro's career here. in somewhat chronological order, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot here. Leo Romero with his skater part. What's that?
I was gonna say part wise, there's gonna be a million.
Yeah, and it's so like objective, right? Like, but that's great. That's good. So here's what I kind of cobbled throughout the year: Leo Romero skater part, Diego Todd from the Vans video by Fletch, Niels Bennett had that Heroes Helden part, current cables for Vans, which didn't see that one coming. Alan Bell, the Late Night Stars video, Jake Hill from that Heated Wheel 5-minute full length, Rowan Davis, Lad is Pro, Tanner Brzezinski and Jit, Matt Militano and Vale. See, I had Matt's part here, but I just didn't have Vale and thing. Jack O'Grady from Seven Ball. Jack O'Grady also had that squish part. That's 2 gnarly parts. I have Shanahan from Double Up in here. John Rowe Simulation, Simon Bannerop from Bubble, Antonio DeRea from Johnny's Vid, also Cream Calendar from Johnny's Vid, Cyrus and the Huff video, Jordan Trahan and Static 6. Jordan Trahan also put out that Hurricane Party part. Chandler Burton's part from Q is for Cow, just because it was the Rocky Horror. I loved it. Liam McCabe from Halloween Stickers, Tom Knox, latest one, Recurring Dream, Atlantic Drift, Pedro Delfino's Road to Nowhere part, and most recently Miles Silvis's City to City part that was. And shout out to Miles for filming for a year and putting out an 8-minute part and not piecing it out. All right, what'd you guys have that to add to this list?
So I have 2. So Joey O'Brien had an alien part.
Oh yeah, he's insane.
And then Kevin Bilyeu's Lynx part.
Oh yeah,
he had a DC part when his Lynx dropped.
Did he get cut from DC in like the new wave, the next wave of cuts?
As far as I know, those guys are still on.
Oh, okay. I heard there was like another cut, and like a lot of those East Coast guys got cut.
Yeah, I mean it could have, and I've just been missing out, but who knows? DC seems like it's just all over the place.
Steve, any parts we're missing here, or
I have Rodrigo Peterson's Familia part.
Oh yeah,
yeah, so good.
That was real recent, right?
Yeah,
that came
like
out
last time
maybe
we
a
were
week and a half ago. 2
I hadn't
weeks.
seen it. Yeah. All right. So for the current Caples part, I thought was incredible, and I didn't see that coming from that dude. Yeah, and kind of like filmed and edited by Greg Hunt, so it kind of had that Dylan Gravis part feel, which also kind of dropped out of nowhere. I don't know if you remember when that Dylan Gravis part dropped. I don't think anyone saw that coming. So the current one reminded me of that. So he's definitely one of my top picks here.
Oh, wasn't there the Frankie Spears part when he cheers down the hill? I guess he was getting made fun of so much for it, they released an edit of why he cheered.
Really?
Did a Baker Maker. It was just didn't feel right. 10, 15 minutes after the Baker Maker, just projectile vomited all over the place. It was.
I gotta rewatch that one.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the reasoning, but it seemed like people were ripping into that, and then it took him like 10 years to land it or something, so he was happy.
I gotta rewatch that.
In that part, there's a crook at the art museum in Philly that is shocking. It's so big.
Well, so Steve, what are your favorite video parts, or are there any more that we forgot?
Like even a dude like Shanahan, like I just appreciate his work ethic so much that I'm a fan. I watch his parts now. Like he's super good. I used to think he looked a little crazy, but that kid, that's like watching him, again, it goes back to the watching people in person thing, and you see him in person, and that kid's work ethic is insane. Like, he has fun skating, but he takes it like a job. And, like, I only wish the best of everything for that dude, because he really is like, I'm going to get a photo, I'm going to get clips. There was, it's wild. In person, I saw him skating, trying to get footage. While somebody else was filming a trick, he had the photographer going down the block because they were going to get photos. Like, he handles his shit, man.
How many parts did he have?
He can skate everything.
2.
He had double up, double down, but wasn't there also like a Pangea part, or was that just like he just had clips?
Yeah,
and
so if you count
there
those,
was a Pangea. Right.
He might have had 2 of those. Like his body of work. I mean, you can throw Tom Knox had his 87 parts this year. You know, would he have a short Dickies part, other parts?
I think he had I think he might have had a welcome to Crooked earlier this year, and then he
Mhm.
had like the Paris thing for Dickies. Then in the Atlantic Drift in Bangkok, he had fucking incredible footage. And
And
then
there had to be something for the shoe, right?
yeah, I think there was like something short for the shoe, and then his big final Atlantic Drift part, and then Dickie's put out
Yeah.
like raw footage from like the France thing, and just the fact that he can find new stuff to skate in London, like a notoriously
Yeah.
like difficult city to skate, like go film like a full whatever 8-minute part in London after being there his whole life, trying to find new spots or new tricks at rinsed spots is yeah, another work horse.
Yeah.
Um,
I put him
Tommy,
in with the Bobby Wars thing. Like, I feel like every kind of skater can enjoy him too. Like, every kind
yeah,
of group of skaters, I think, can say like, "Oh no, that dude's just sick."
yeah. Bobby Wurst had like 10 video parts in 10 years. Like that dude is
He's.
just cranks footage out wherever he is.
Mhm.
I'm putting asterisks by Tom Knox's Atlantic Drift part. There's so many good ones. Jack O'Grady's stuff in Seven Ball was insane. Kareem Calendar and Johnny's vid was amazing.
So good.
So stoked that
So
like
fucking good.
Johnny gave him last part, and he's like, to me, he's like the toast of the town in New York City right now. He's like the coolest, hottest shit in New York City, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I feel like an idiot? What board brand is he on?
Limousine.
Limousine.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So
Like,
he
put
had
them
that's
together.
not on. Limousine put out a full length this year too, didn't they? I missed that
Yeah,
one
I think
too.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, Kareem had the last part in that, I'm pretty sure, and then the last part in Johnny's vid. So yeah, he's having a great year.
So
He's
sick,
awesome.
dude. Yeah. He should have a board.
I mean, yeah, it can't be too far away. I think he fully got on Nike this year too. Like fully got a contract and all that.
Awesome.
Man, that should
That's
be a
great.
category we should do of who should get a board in 2024.
Who should have a pro shoe
Yeah,
in
yeah, that
2024?
too. Wade DeSarmo, number one.
Yeah.
Wade DeSarmo.
We'll start the GoFundMe for S so they can afford to do it. If that would work, if they crowdfunded a shoe. I mean, somebody else would have to do it. That would be horrible if they did it, but they could do like a Kickstarter for a Wade shoe. Like donate $120 and you'll get the shoe when it comes out.
Cyrus Bennett and Huff. I think that's definitely one of the best parts. Jordan Trahan. You guys seen Static Six?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sucked.
We know I can't say that.
All right. What other video parts should we asterisk here? So maybe not. Maybe a Jordan Trahan part. Maybe not.
You can put static on. I mean, I think I'm just the only one.
I need to.
Yeah,
I
I
need to
think
read
Jordan
And I
Trahan
love him.
part
Like,
good.
he's
Yeah.
he's amazing. I just
Should we put Joey O'Brien's alien part in there?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of my favorites from the year. Dude,
Is
that
that the
current
one
part,
where
he
it's
does.
Was the Joey O'Brien part the one that was really long, or is that from like a previous year? Or was that?
No, that was from Mulhern's Untitled video.
Yeah, he had like a 7-minute part that was just insane. Right?
Yeah, and that's when he like destroys everything in Albany and like all that wild stuff. But no, this was like, yeah, because he turned pro last October,
Last
but
year,
this part's
yeah.
only from like 6 months ago.
6
I think it was
months,
just like,
from May.
All right,
yeah,
I gotta read
I think it was
that.
just footage he
I
was
gotta
sitting
read
on that wanted to get it out.
Shout out to Joey O'Brien and the Alien Workshop. Yeah, him and Frankie Spears, huh? It's aliens. They're aliens' top guns, huh?
Joey O'Brien is way cooler than Frankie Spears.
All right, are we gonna do team or legend? I can't remember.
I mean, I think we all have a nomination for Legend, who's like just somebody like that's had a heavy career and is maybe like getting towards the end of it.
Yeah. Who's your pick?
So mine's JB.
That's amazing.
I mean, it's one of my favorite skaters of all time, and
Same.
to get let go from Primitive or whatever that was is like. But then I saw something, he put something like boards with his name on the top. So I don't know if he's got something in the works.
Does he still have a shop in France?
I don't know.
If he, I mean,
What was
he's
that,
got to
balls
be
out, right?
balls
That was
out.
his shop, balls out.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to be
What a
a
name.
uber legend in France and Europe, so he could probably do a board brand over there that would sell, that would work.
Yeah,
out of
dude, that
print.
Nike part from a couple years ago, I watched that all the damn time.
Yeah.
JB had a solo Nike
or
part?
whatever it is.
Yeah, it's called like Nike
Yeah.
Mock.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Blair, what rock are you under?
Good, how are you?
Dude, I don't know.
He skates to like
It's so-
French
it's like-
rap. It's
and
like
it's
when
like 5
his
minutes
shot head
long.
dunks out.
Let me just
Yes.
catch a clip from it and it'll jog my memory. Nike Omok.
Nike
5 years?
Omok, the part. Yeah, it's 4 minutes.
Yeah, and then there's a rough cut of it that's like incredible.
5 years ago,
Raw footage,
2018. So
I
good.
had to have seen this, but this doesn't, I can't remember this.
But he had that, the Welcome to Primitive part.
Oh yeah, the VX one.
Yeah.
He's
It's
just
like all super grainy and like
yeah, he looks like he hasn't aged, man. He's so good. Yeah, he's a legend. So
Yeah.
sick. I gotta watch this. Nike, it says it's 13. Oh, it's the rough cut. Okay, pulled up the rough cut. 13 minutes. I'm like, Jesus. Rough cut, Nike.
yeah, but I like the rough cut almost more because it's like you just see that he's like putting work in still.
Yeah.
I'm like taking slams.
Is he still on Nike?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or he's wearing them still. I'm sure that's right. How's that stuff work too? It's like you're on French Nike or like they have
Yeah,
different divisions, right?
Yeah, they do. They have the Euro. They have their whole Euro market and Euro team managers. You know, like Colin Kennedy was like the team manager, and yeah, different market, different budget, I guess.
yeah, it was a bummer that he got hurt because I mean, being older and getting hurt is definitely so much harder to recover from. But it seems like he's skating again, and
Do you have a legend award recipient, Steve?
I put P-Rod.
Oh, all right.
dude,
Which is
I will
crazy
give him his
because-
credit. Like this, like changing his whole trajectory and doing this YouTube shit as much as like some people hate it, it's great. Like it's like I would never like I don't get into like all that YouTuber stuff, but like watching his stuff, like I'm actually intrigued. Like it sucks me in. Like I don't know if it's the way it's edited or that he's just like more of like a realistic like person for as much as like you wouldn't think he would be. It's I don't know,
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
yeah. And he's not one of those corny YouTubers, so that's always nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. He's baggy P-Rod again. Like he looks cool.
Yeah,
I just like
he's
seeing
still-
him
he's
skate.
still ripped.
Perfect form, perfect everything. Like it's cool. It's cool that you can see a lot of him now, but definitely like because he's got to be
He's got to be pushing
mid
40,
30s,
right?
maybe.
For sure. I think late 30s.
Is he only? He has to be more than
I bet he's 36 or 37.
late 30s. Yeah, he's got to be around there, which is
Probably gonna pull up his dad. Oh, he's 38. His birthday's on New Year's Eve. His birthday is December 31st. He's gonna be 39 in just a couple weeks.
Wow.
Damn.
P-Rod
Almost
pushing
40.
40.
How old does that make you feel? P-Rod's almost
Right.
40. Fucking hell. Yeah, still ripped.
Yeah, like watching him learn tricks now.
Yeah, I know, right? But I guess he's
Like,
he's never stopped skating, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Like there was
Yeah.
something recently where he did like he was doing crook, nollie, half cap, heel, and just watching like the process of him figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like it's so interesting to see somebody who's so good at their craft like legitimately learn a trick for the first time.
Shout out
Blair,
to
who'd you
P-Rod.
pick?
Dude, I didn't pick one, but
I mean,
I
Reynolds
know
could be on the list, right?
who? Reynolds?
Yeah, Reynolds.
For sure. That's a good one. Cause he comes to mind when I think of P-Rod because P-Rod is like Reynolds' favorite skater. P-Rod and Herman like love Reynolds. I was on like an America trip with them. They're like, oh, he's the best. He can do no wrong. Like, so it's cool. It's interesting. I know that one year Jamie Owens called up John Cardiel. He wanted to give John Cardiel the TransWorld Legend Award, but like Cardiel was like too like too like nervous. I didn't want to like, accept an award like that. Didn't want to be like, I'm a legend. To be like, oh man, like he's so modest. He's so humble. He's too humble to accept it.
Tony Hawk, and he just dropped a part.
I'm sure he's gotten the TransWorld Legend Award in the past. He's
Well,
probably would have been like.
Is he already been a TransWorld Legend? Actually,
has he been what?
Has he won a TransWorld Legend?
For sure, I would think so. Yeah, I would think he'd probably be one of the first ones. I know it's been like Rodney Mullen, Matt Hensley, Jeff Grosso, John Lucero, Hassoy. I can't remember them all. I'd have to look.
And hell, Gino Iannucci put him on there.
Yeah, Gino for sure. Gino could get it. Ronnie Krieger could get it. Heath Kirchart, Mike Carroll. Those would be mine.
Yeah, Mike Carroll. Rick Howard.
Maybe.
You know what? Rick Howard.
Yeah.
That one trick in the Lakai video was enough to...
So good. But it's like his career is towards its end. And
I mean, I would say Guy Mariano.
Yeah, it's hard because some of these people are like revitalizing their careers now.
Guy is still ripping. Like his clips in that April part were like some of my favorite things I saw all year. And I know that he's sitting on so many photos and clips, but he like doesn't want to put them out because he's so picky. But I know Feds and him were working on a video part years ago that who knows when that's coming out. And my buddy C, who goes and shoots with him and skates with him and shows me photos and clips, and he's like, "Nah, Guy doesn't want this to come out." And it's like, it's insane stuff. So I don't know. Guy's still got a lot left.
Oh, dude, that front heel at that brick bank spot in LA is insane.
Yeah,
like I didn't want to kick turn on that.
Yeah, I know. Like it's almost impossible to kick turn on it. That's funny that they've been skating that spot since video days too. I think I was like messaging you guys like, you know, Rudy and Jason, everyone skating video days. So obviously Guy was there skating it with him. And then he's got a clip in 2023 on this same spot.
Wild.
Yeah. So it's more than 30 years later.
Yeah. Cause video days came out in 91, right? I think 91.
32 years later.
Probably filmed it in 1990, some good legend nominees there. Were we going to do best shoe and worst shoes of this year?
Yes.
Yeah. Steve, excited about that one? You want to start it off?
Yeah. Well, do you want the good or bad first?
Do just tell them both. Tell us your best and your worst. And
here we
why.
go. So the best shoe this year, I think, was the Asics Gel Vica in the navy with black, the unofficial Gino colorway, as I would call it.
I saw they just dropped that
unofficial Gino shoe.
They just came out in like a gray colorway, right?
Mm-hmm. So sick looking, yeah.
Yeah, that one looks sick, and the slip-on that Gino like is advertising looks sick too. If it stays,
if you like slip-ons, yes.
It all depends on the construction, Some slip-ons are great. Some fucking, if you push out of it, if your heel comes out when you're pushing, I don't know how you can design a shoe that poorly, but it's happened.
Yeah, and then the worst shoe was the FP ODB Substance Mid. If you've seen that piece of trash,
I did see that they got like an ODB or Wu-Tang collab, and I was kind of curious how they got that licensing, but I guess Wu-Tang will just fucking license collab with anyone, huh?
I would say
maybe they sold them. Maybe Brzezinski got a hold of Wu-Tang's PR and like, hey, we're the coolest skate shoe company. You gotta do the collab with us.
I think it's worse. I'd rather wear a D3 than that shoe.
Fair
it's
enough.
bad.
Fair enough.
It looks like a Payless snow boot.
Yeah, you'll have to pop an image up for the podcast because I don't even. It's that bad.
Oh God.
Steve's gonna dig up some good images for this one.
Oh boy.
Whichever. If you're watching,
Steve's gonna make this hard for me.
Our previous episodes are on Spotify and SoundCloud and should be up on Apple Podcasts soon. That's a little longer of a process, but it's in the works.
Yeah, they make it a little harder.
Yeah, they're on Spotify, which you can listen to, but it also shows the video. Kind of like a lot of those podcasts. All right, Mitch, you want to do your best shoe and worst shoe of the year?
All right, so I hate to follow Steve's lead and be a shameless Asics whore, but mine's got to be the Japan Pro. I have a really hard time finding shoes that fit my feet good, and that shoe, when I tried it on, it like fit incredible. They last, they hold up, they look really good. And then honorable mention to Shanahan's DC shoe.
Wow. You like the thick soles, huh?
I like the thick sole. I like that I like what it's aesthetically going for. Like he wanted it to look like a 2023 version of a 90s DC shoe. And I feel like they hit that where like other shoes that try to be a 2023 version of an old shoe, it doesn't work. Like they don't change it enough, or they don't or they change it in weird ways where it doesn't quite hit the mark and it's not like functional. But I feel like Shanahan's shoe is a Rick Howard 2 just made this year and more functional.
It's funny because we were talking about how they retailed for like 140, and then I was listening to your guys' seasons episode today, and it's funny because when I listened to the Labor one, I went on the Labor website to see kind of what shoes they carry and how much they were, and there's so many of them that are marked down like half off, but it's probably because it's like off sizes. And then I went to Seasons and saw the Shanahan was like 120, but marked down to like 60. But I didn't check the sizes. It might just be like off sizes. But
I have a feeling everybody is dumping their DC stock.
Yeah. We'll talk more about DC and biggest brand fumble.
All right, and then my worst, has to be the America Tin Man.
Yeah,
I just don't understand. It's who is wearing a shiny silver even if it was a limited edition, it's so ridiculous. Like it didn't need to be made.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Curious to know how many they sold. Which shop?
Well, they only made. Evidently, people have informed me that they only made like 220 pairs or something.
Oh, really? It was like one of those.
Yeah, so it was like a special edition relief, but still.
So did they make
219 too many?
Yeah. Did they make that shoe in normal colors? And the silver was just a
there's like a black, whatever. But it's every other generic, slim, one lace shoe or whatever. It's just nothing I want to see.
All of America's pro models all look the same. Like if you lined up the Figgy,
and they're all Slash's Fallen shoe from 10 years ago.
They're all like just super simple, like Vans era type or a slip on or something.
Well, in the silver one,
I saw that picture. That is the ugliest shoe I have ever seen in my life.
Is it in our group DM?
Oh, do we have a group DM?
Claire, look at this.
Damn.
It's the worst shoe I've ever seen. And
does foot just spells
this little kid in my town, he was like, I'm getting a box from FP, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. But I was like, I hope they don't send him that. Send him anything else but that.
That might be the only one with retail value, though, because it's Wu-Tang.
And the America site has every shoe 70% off. I think it said on the front. And they have the silver Romero skater shoe left in sizes 9.5 and 10, if any of you are interested in purchasing them.
What's the retail
from the America site? $90.
$90 for a slip-on?
Yeah.
How much tech?
Or 4 interest-free payments of $22.50 with Afterpay.
How much tech can you have in that shoe? Because like the Niger shoe was like 95, and that thing was like packed full of like Nike technology.
No, Leo signed the box, so you're getting that.
It's like a limited edition collector.
Here we go, bringing a stylish and functional twist to a familiar favorite. Of course, a familiar favorite because every America looks the same. The Romero skater features a lace-free closure and Lycra tongue wings that not only increase durability but improve fit. It also features a one-piece vamp and blind-stitched quarter panel for even more durability and a low-profile cupsole construction for board feel and support. Clean and simple. Take it from Leo himself. I'm a skater. It's a skate shoe. Makes perfect sense to me. It's action leather, limited edition style and color, and signed and numbered by Leo Romero. So it didn't say anything about their insole technology, right? Isn't that their big thing? Like people love that G6 insole. It doesn't say it has any of that.
STI, Sole Technology Institute. They test impact.
Yeah,
I don't know if they still have that.
Okay, Mitch, gun to your head, that or the FP insole Old Dirty Bastard shoe?
For how long?
I think I'm taking the silver Leo Romero.
I think I'm going the FP shoe because I know at least it won't hurt my feet.
FP has all those commercials where they drop the bowling balls on their insoles and it doesn't bounce, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that FP shoe is like the most comfortable skate shoe ever, but just we'll never know.
Yeah,
It was funny when with the kid in my town when he's on, and I was like, well, you know what? Maybe that's actually a good thing, because if they have that insole technology, like, it might not look cool, but the kid's knees won't be dusted by the time he's like 12.
That's like
So
when
like maybe
Dwindle did like the Impact Plus boards, whatever, that were like, it was like $100 for a deck, which at the time was crazy, you know. But they said they sold a bunch because parents were like, oh, this isn't going to break. Like, cool, my kid breaks a board, like, you know, every time I buy them, buy him a $50 board and it breaks. Like, this one's unbreakable or my money back. So they actually sold a lot of those boards. Steve,
speaking of deck technology, and they're not the coolest, but the Powell flight boards are probably my favorite if I had to pick a board.
Yeah. No, all of Powell's products.
Powell flight board and a can of spray
legit.
paint, I am good to go.
Like, I used to skate. I went to college in Santa Barbara and used to skate mini logos. And I've toured the factory and seen the molds and seen where they make and test the urethane and do Bones wheels. And Powell wood has always been like top quality. Just worse marketing.
Yeah.
Speaking of cab, half cab's still a great shoe. You seg right in.
Classic.
Yeah, I mean,
is that your shoe of the year?
No, I would say kind of like most durable, problem-free shoe I've skated for the last couple years are Nike, the Blazer mids. They last forever. The laces don't blow out. Like on Dunks, the laces are a little bit wider, so those you kind of have to lace them inside the thing or whatever. And then the Globe, the slip-ons, the Chelsea boot slip-on in the Austin colorway, those are going strong too. And then one day this year in New York, I skated the New Balance like 288s, that soccer shoe one. That was great too. But yeah, if I had to say one, it's the Blazer mids. They're just last forever. So and they crank them out in so many, like we have so many here, and I'm sure, you know, you can find one. Well, just bump this janky table. I'm sure if you find them, you know, marked down or something at your local shop or on a site. Yeah.
I'm still trying to comprehend that Globe is on the top of anybody's list.
I don't want to shit on Austin's pro model shoe because I got a pair, but it ran a little big. And that just, like I said before, the contrast of that like wraparound toe box, you got to get it all a monochrome one. So I want to try that shoe again, a half size smaller monochrome, because it felt really quality. The materials felt quality. But yeah, the pair I had ran a little big, so I skated them once. It's just too big. But yeah, the Globe Chelsea boot is good.
Take your word for it.
That's a round away. And then worst shoe, I mean, I didn't skate any bad shoes, and I'm kind of like looking at our shoe wall. I don't know. I can't compete with your guys' answers. You guys called out some good ones. I'm trying to think of what I saw that was just like a head scratcher. I don't know. Maybe the Leo Baker, because looks like the old Omar that didn't, you know. When I saw the Leo Baker, I'm like, this isn't going to sell. I don't know. But none of those Nike Pro models sell, like, right? The Nyjah, the Leo, the Ashad, like, none of those are selling. No.
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on that last time. It's like,
yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's not like, I don't want to say that's like a worse shoe. I don't know.
Yeah.
This one was pretty stinky, this Nike Pogo one. Pogo Plus.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I was not.
I don't know why they try and like, we're going to try and like make a tech version of our basic shoe. Like, hey, the Blazer's cool. Let's make this now with all these added things on top of it.
I think these are the ones you have to take to get like the Dunks and shit.
Yeah, they make you. That's so shitty.
Leo Baker.
I only like that shoe in the brown and black.
Yeah, there's like an all white colorway that might look better too. Oh, Fallen Rise with the Fallen shoe.
Sick.
All right, I think that takes care of best and worst shoe. Do you want to do biggest brand fumble? That's kind of a random one.
That's a great one.
Audible. All right, what's yours, Steve?
Quasi not turning Mark Humanick am or pro.
Yeah, that dude. He's the best. Yeah, he's the best skateboarder on the planet without a board sponsor, without like a solid board sponsor, right? He should be pro.
Like being on,
Yeah, he should have a name on a board. That dude, even in that video, this is a window. Yeah, when his clips came on, I was like, yeah, it's like a highlight. He's the highlight of like any video he's in. All those bronze videos. He usually
Everything.
has like
It's so cool. Nobody skates like him. Nobody at all.
So
Dude,
what is it?
That whole ABC ledge block?
Yeah,
like it was
he's
nothing.
on. Is he skating Asics now, or who's flown him shoes?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, he filmed like a whole separate edit when the first ASICS drop happened, just for NJ. It was just like a minute of him like skating around, but it was like, all filmed in one day.
Super nice dude too.
Yeah, and I've seen him skate in person in New York, and he's just as good in person.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like I saw. Yeah, I think I saw them both at Blue Park. I saw Cyrus Bennett at Blue Park one day. I was like, holy shit! Like all those crazy like front 180 fakie manuals, back 180 fakie manuals. Like he does all that shit first try. Mitch, biggest brand fumble 2023.
So mine goes back, but it comes to this year is Century discontinuing the MK1 because they released that extra. Released? You said 300 of them this year, Steve?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you could have sold way more than that. Like they sold out fast.
The fisheye for the Mark One, or obviously for the 1000.
Yeah, for the VX. Like there's so many broken ones out there, and
I mean that company's just got to be so perplexed at why people still want to buy like that lens. Same with like Sony. Like I'd be curious to like, yeah.
But I saw a post the other day, like that dude Carey from Video Electronics that fixes all the VXs, like still cranking them out and still fixing them and
fix VXs, right? There's like a guy here, a guy in Japan, a guy in Europe.
Interesting, like side note. So I went to the dude, one of the guys that films the sabotage videos. I went and checked out like their editing suite the other day, and he's got this VX that he like made these extra buttons, and, like took the whole camera apart and like soldered these extra wires in, so it intentionally glitches the tape as he's filming. Like if he wants it to glitch at a spot, he just like put these little buttons on top, and then like wired all these like green LEDs in there so the camera glows. It's wild. That dude's on some other shit.
Yeah, has anyone filmed like a documentary on that guy? The one should film
I want to do something for Dead Air, definitely with him.
Yeah.
He's a character for sure.
You know, mine is DC kicking off Wes Krummer. But
I knew you were going to say that one.
Yeah, I hadn't given this one much more thought either. But that's the whole reason why I came up with this category, because just that one.
It's so funny because I see both sides of it. Or I'm like, dude, I get it. Like you're a pro skater getting paid to endorse a product, but it's like there had to have been some kind of way to like, all right, fine, you don't have to have social media, but you have to produce this for us to, put on our social media every couple months or something.
I mean, you could just. I mean, they have staff filmers, right? Like,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to be so cut and dry.
You can get clips of him. He's fucking kills it every time. Like it's not hard to get clips of the guy. Yeah, I mean, but they kicked off a bunch of people. So, but yeah, I mean, I would have had Wes be the last man standing on that brand. But
and to kind of put it out of like, yeah, well, your no social media is why you like. Your contract isn't being renewed or whatever. It's like
maybe
he's been off for what, like 6 months now?
Yeah, I think him and
Evan at the same time.
Yeah,
and Yako too.
Oh yeah.
Last year was like Alexis, and then it was like those three, and then Danny Way too. Danny Way and Colin.
Yeah,
and then
but Colin's been wearing Nikes for like 3 years.
maybe Colin's been off for a while. I don't know, but Danny.
Like every time you see something of him, he's not wearing DCs.
Yeah, I don't know. And I heard a bunch of East Coast dudes, except for Shanahan, got cut. But maybe that's.
And Jameer, I heard it was just going to be Shanahan and Jameer, and Kalis. Yeah. I heard that was what they were going to.
Yeah, maybe Bill Yu got cut, and I don't know.
Yeah, I might have just not heard the story yet. I haven't been in the city in a week or two.
That's crazy because thinking of like those guys on something like Jameer, I could see on Nike or something, or Adidas. I could see him on Adidas, but the rest of them, what are they going to get on S?
Yeah, can we do one? Why don't we each do an AM that should be pro? I feel like that's a good spot to go out on.
That was always a checkout question for TransWorld checkouts. AM who should be pro. All right, then you started off. That's a great category.
I'll start off.
Yeah.
Oh, 100% Ronnie Kessner.
Yeah, he rips. He's good.
Like, I feel like whenever this part is that he's been working on comes out, it's going to blow people away. Because those couple, like, tricks that he had this year that, like, you know, took off on Instagram or whatever were all pretty shocking. And
Right.
that's another one where, like, I know that kid has a work ethic, and I'm excited to see what happens with that.
Does he make music too?
Yeah, I think a little bit.
Is he still out in Long Beach, out in California?
I think he was doing that while he was hurt because he had, like, 2 ankle surgeries. But he's been, like, hardcore skating for the last, like, year or so, like, traveling a ton. So I'm sure that board has to be coming, but
Yeah.
just when.
Yeah, because Ish is pro, right? Because they're both on
Yeah.
April. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
they were
Ronnie-
the 2 AMs when it started.
Yeah, Ronnie should be pro for sure. So I'm sure 2024 he'll be pro.
Yeah.
You got one in mind, Steve?
Rob Plahowski.
Did he never get his
Never got a board.
Never got a,
pro?
never got a board.
Dude,
Jimmy
he's awesome.
Gurecki.
Yeah, Gurecki. Plahowski's.
Grecki can get an aesthetics board now.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll happen.
Maybe Sal will bless him. I wish I had a list of kind of like all the board companies and their AMs, but I mean, the one that comes to mind is Mark Humanek, of course.
Yeah.
Or Kareem Calendar. He's got to go pro next year.
Yeah, there you go. That's
For
a big
sure.
one.
Yeah. I mean, Humanek, it's a crime that he's not even AM right now, but maybe he's just more underground. But Kareem, I think, having the last part in the limousine and the Johnny's vid.
And then
He's a-
Nick Matthews, you could throw him in there,
Oh,
right?
yeah. For sure.
He's
Yeah,
on
that's-
Anahero now.
And I hear
Right?
Yeah. He's
But,
almost one of
yeah.
those people, like, he can do things other people can't do.
Yeah, his huff part is ridiculous. And then
Yeah.
what else did he have this year? Like a venture part, maybe? Some insane venture part. And then insane footage in like an anti-hero video.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Huff video, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Full part in the Huff video. Yeah, what did I say? I said that. Did I say that? Huff video, venture part maybe, and then like clips in an anti-hero video. Yeah.
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 So those are all 3 pretty valid ones.
Fuck yeah.
Cool. So I
Is
think
that
that
it,
was
Blair?
Yeah, that's good. Good year in review there, 2023. And we'll put polls up on TransWorld's Instagram when this comes out. See what the people say.
yeah,
And,
let other people vote on it.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And then, yeah, you can listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts soon. And we'll be back in January with a new Podus. Not sure what the theme will be. Not sure what the subject will be, but happy holidays.
Send
and
us
happy,
some suggestions.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, comment.
Put them
Hey,
in the
like-
comments. What can we
Hey,
talk
like,
about?
subscribe. Yeah, smash that comment or smash that subscribe button. Smash those comments.
No, but man, I like to hear what people have to say.
Drop us a line and let us know your favorite Rookie
Tell us
Pro
we're
video,
assholes.
video and video
Yeah,
part.
stop picking
of
on
the year.
Laser Crawford.
Laser. Hey, for the record, Laser Crawford rips. I was stoked that he
no
won
one was
Tampa.
making fun of the person.
I was stoked that he won Tampa Am and not some like 12-year-old robot. Adding a little flavor to the contest scene. I think we're going to be thankful for Laser in years to come. There, I say that's who's going to be pro in 2024. Laser Crawford. That's my pick. Close out 2
He'll get a
episodes.
giant bee slapped on some colors.
Close out 2 episodes talking about Laser Crawford.